Hey everyone, my name is Melanie Allen, Senior Ruby Ambassador. We are so excited to have Jan Garner on our Zoom meeting tonight. She is our rock star top PV every single month. She hit the leaders board. We're so proud to have Jan Garner on our team and can't wait to hear what she has to share with us of how she works her business. So I'm going to turn it over to you, Jan.
Okay, hey, thanks everybody for being on here tonight. And when Melanie asked me to do this, I was like, okay, I'll try to see what notes I can put together and put a little presentation and we'll just talk. And it's just going to be from the hip, and I've got a few notes here, but when I started this in January, I did Facebook, and I wanted the products. I started everything, and I didn't even know how to copy and paste. I mean, it was like a whole learning curve for me to even learn about how to do our business on Facebook. I was fine going out and talking to people. I was fine passing out cards. I was great with that. I don't mind doing that or talking to anybody. But the Facebook curve was a little curve for me to learn. I don't think I have any secret. I don't do anything different than anybody else does. I will say, I think I'm probably a Facebook stalker now, and I post a lot on Facebook. I just started out that way, and I know we have people telling us, Diamond's telling us, don't post on your personal Facebook page, maybe separate your friends. I've not done that yet. I still have all my friends, all my Plexus peeps, all my prospective people, all on one Facebook page. I've not started another page. And if I ever do that, I might. I don't know if I will. But I do go to Facebook maybe 2 to 3 times a day, maybe 4 times. And I do use Buffer a lot. And I know y'all probably know how to use Buffer. I get my Buffer postings, and I do them usually on a Saturday or Sunday, and I get them all ready for the whole week. And then what I do, guys, after I get them all on there, I go through Buffer and I look, and then I put them on a notepad with what I'm posting and at the time of day, what day, and what it is, so I can kind of look through here and see what I'm doing for that week. So that's how I do my Buffer. I have not been unfriended by anybody yet that I know of. And I probably puke Plexus like we're not supposed to do, but I do. And I know we're not supposed to do that, but I'm just going to keep on doing it until something happens. Expand your friend list, everybody. That's what I do. And you have to be careful because Facebook will kick you off. They'll put you in Facebook jail if they see that you're just going through their click, 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 click. Now, that's what I've been told. I have not been kicked off yet. But what I try to do, I try to build up a rapport or comment on these people's, when I friend them, I try to see if we have something in common, or if we know each other through another friend, or if there's a thread, a forum, or a group that I'm in that I'm seeing their posts. So I try to build up some kind of rapport that I can talk to them about. And then after I'm friends with them, I go into their friends list and I friend them and friend them and friend them, and I just keep on going. Hi, Marcy. And so anyway, that's how I have built my friend list, and that's how I have built my contacts. And maybe that won't work for everybody, but for me, that's how it's worked. And I go into groups like, take for instance, I had lap band surgery 2.5 years ago. I go into the bariatric forums. I go into lap band forums. I go into migraines. I go into ADD forums. I go into lots of forums and just go down through there, and I'll friend those people. Now, don't go into those forums though and try to sell anything, or you will get your rear kicked out. I mean, I know that for a fact. I've not tried to post my website or anything in these forums, but I know that there's a statement usually at the top of these forums, and they'll tell you that you can't go in there and sell. So what I try to do, once again, I just try to friend these people, build up a rapport, make a conversation with them, and then after they start commenting, I'll put them maybe in some health, in some to our groups. And if they start posting onto my postings, or if they start commenting on my post and like it, then I put them into a perspective file, in our pipeline file actually, and then I start working with them and try to talk to them there. Pipeline, I have 3 card indexes, little box. They're recipe boxes, and they look like this. And a lot of people put them in a journal. People keep them on their phone. For me, I have found it's best that I keep my customers in a customer file. I keep my pipeline in my pipeline file, and I'm now up to 2 of these. And then I have my ambassador file. So that's how I work my 3 base customers, either prospective customers, my pipeline that have liked my post, have mentioned something to me. They haven't ordered yet, but I try working with those. And that's how I do those people that like my post. Just a minute, I'm looking at my notes here. Oh, when you see these people coming in and they comment on your posts, I go and I write them down because I'm going to forget who they are. And I comment, you know, if they comment or like something, then I'll get back with them. But I make a little index card and I put them in my file box. That way I know the date that they mentioned something, and I know what I maybe asked them about, or whatever type health issue we started talking about. So I try to keep in contact with them that way, because I'll forget. And of course, I've let things slip through the cracks. You're going to. But for me, the little card index thing works the best for my business, and I just have everything here in my office. There's something that I've done differently, and here's what I started doing this weekend. I am video texting now to customers, ambassadors, and prospective clients. On my phone, I can video. I don't remember how many minutes I can video. I put that in a text message and I send it. Marcy, I know you got one today. And anyway, I think that's going to work really well. And we'll just see. I mean, instead of picking up the phone, everybody's busy. I'm just video texting, and that's how I'm going to reach out to a lot of my people. And I'll let you know if it works. If it doesn't work, hey, whatever. So I'm going to do that to my downline, my prospective clients, my ambassadors, and prospects. And I even wrote down in my little card file today who I did all this to. So that's one thing I'm going to try. I ordered, I don't know if any of you guys are using these little stands, these little plastic stands, these little brochure stands. You can put your brochures in here and then your business cards. I ordered about 6 of them today from Amazon, and they came in today from Amazon. I ordered them like on Friday, and they were here at my doorstep on Sunday, which I was shocked. And I'm going to take those around to, I already have some cards like at the nail salon and some businesses around, but I'm going to fill these these brochure plackets up, and I'm going to take them around to the businesses that I want to try to reach out to. So that was another thing I'm going to try doing. Today in church, I thought this was kind of unique. The pastor said, you know, when we plant seeds, have you ever wondered how many of these trees we will ever get to set under? And that boing went off. I thought, you know, we're out there planting seeds, and sometimes we might not ever know whose tree we're going to go set under or what client we're going to get to talk to. But if we keep planting seeds, keep going out there, copy and pasting, putting yourself out there on Facebook, talking to people, hey, it will come around. And basically, guys, that's kind of just what I've done. And other than talking to people in person, I have left business cards like at the gas station. I called it a filling station one day, and my granddaughter told me, Ma, what is that? I said, well, it's a filling station. She said, I've never heard of that. And I thought, well, okay, that's probably old school. I'll call it gas station. So I left them in up over the gasoline tank thing. There's these credit card plastic holders. So I'd go around to the pumps and I'd put my business cards in those pumps. I mean, in those plastic credit card application files up there. And, you know, I put my business on the back of my car, and then I have a personalized license plate that says pink for you, right? And so anyway, that's kind of some tips of what I've done. Hold on. My little girl has to come up. Say hi, baby. So anyway, basically, that's it in a nutshell. You guys want to ask questions? And Melanie, you can unmute them.
I have a question. How do you video text?
On my phone, I just go to the camera on my phone. I have an Android. I have a Samsung. And I just video myself, and then I just send that file to the through a text or whoever I want to send it to.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, that's simple.
Yeah, it's simple.
I thought it was a new technology I got to learn.
No. I just video text it off of my video, off my camera, you know. That's how I do it.
Dr. Graham, haven't you been doing that as well? Haven't you started sending video text to your customers as well?
Yes, I have. And like, send them a text and you send a private message and you're still not getting any response. The minute I send that video text, suddenly I'm getting they're responding to me. So yeah, it's been
Is it working well then for you, Emily?
yes, I've done it maybe 5 times or so, and all of them except for one have responded right away.
I hear a bunch of background noise.
Yeah, I know. Let me see if I can figure out who it is. Can anybody figure out who it is? A lot of y'all sort of muting yourselves. I think it's the 68 VGC number. Everybody please mute yourself if, yeah, okay, they did. Thank you. I think it was this, yeah, I'm not sure who that is. Okay, so let's see, but you have to put on makeup and fix your hair to video text. Kayla. Love it. No, Kayla, I'm still me. I'm throwing my hair in a ponytail, and this is me. You know, this is part of just, I guess, medical field, OT. This is how I've dressed for so many years. I guess that's what I'm used to.
So what I did was I just got a selfie stick that I actually picked up at the leaders, not the leaders, but the Plexus convention, but just a selfie stick. And my phone will let me only do up to a minute. So I had to like do it several times at the beginning because I kept going over. But anyway, so I just hit like some basic things, whatever, like what Jan was saying, whatever either their question was, what their interest is, or maybe they just got their products in and you haven't heard how it's going with them. I'll repeat about the products and what they need to do, or, you know, I just make it very positive. I don't say, why haven't you responded to me? I'll just say, you know, I've been, we've hit or miss each other. We haven't gotten a hold of each other. And I just wanted to reach out to you. You've been on my heart and my mind, and da-da-da-da-da. So that's how I've done it.
Yeah, that's basically what I'm going to start doing too. And, you know, never anything negative, you know. I want to uplift them and try to help them, you know. So,
and I think another thing that seems to be working for a lot of leaders is, you know, video text is great. And also, if you don't feel like you have time for that and you just want to feel like there's a personal touch to some messages, because, you know, I honestly probably get 50 to 100 messages a day. So it's really crazy. So what I do a lot of times is I've started doing just a voice text through Facebook, and I at least will leave a message. And then it's kind of, honestly, it's more personal too. Cause like I had one of my former photographers message me today because I posted that 7-day trial thing. And, you know, I just left her a quick message, like, hope you're doing well. So great to hear from you, you know, instead of just writing out the information. So, I think people, you know, tend to respond back to you quicker too, especially with follow-ups. Okay, let's see what Marcy's has to say. I thought it was great getting the voice text from you today, Jan. I was just thinking that was a great idea. Yep.
Well, thank you,
Marcy. That's great feedback for us, because we need to figure out how to get these people to respond, right?
You know, on that private messaging thing, when you talk into your phone for Facebook, I've done that, but I think I did something wrong, because Larissa can probably, I think a long time ago, Larissa and I was trying to do it back and forth, and I would hit the voice thing, and I think I probably sent 5 of them, and I didn't know I was sending it. So I'm not too good on that. I'm kind of scared to talk into that and send it because I don't really know what I'll be sending.
Well,
I need to practice, you know.
Yeah, it can take some practice, but I've done that too. But you just have to make sure you hold that red button down long enough, because I agree it can be a little bit confusing at first, but it's kind of a hit or miss thing. But if you just try to hold it down the whole time, then it tends to work better. But if you have your finger off just a little bit, it'll stop it.
Right. And then today when I video text them, I also just put in a little text message too, along with my video text. And so I'll see how that works. I mean, there's all sorts of ways that we can reach out to our client base or prospective people. I mean, there's lots of ways. And just whatever, everybody has a different way of working their business too.
Jan, I have questions. You don't seem to have a problem with your PV, and you're doing really great. So congratulations on that.
Well, thank you.
Some of the team that when we're working with in the beginning and we're trying to help them develop, and we've all heard different excuses, and some of them, oh, it costs too much, or oh, I don't have time, or oh, this, or oh, that. There's tons of excuses. We've all heard them all. How do you overcome those objectives? What would be helpful to people on the line to comebacks to overcome some of those objectives? Do you hear those?
Oh, Marilyn, I don't think I'm very good for you to ask that one.
Well, I mean, we all hear them, but your PV is still big, and some people just think that's a barrier, and we just keep moving. But you still seem to have a great PV. You do have a great PV.
I guess it's just because some people, lots of people say it's too much, but I say compared to what? A hospital or a doctor's visit? I mean, I don't say it like that, but, compared to your health, Plexus is not expensive, they're going to spend a lot more money on junk. They're going to spend money on Starbucks. I was thinking of those candies, Starburst. And, going to the Sonic, going through fast food. So I just try to give them, and I think we have a little graphic thing on my phone that I'll send them and say, hey, here's what it is. Here's a breakdown, and some people will go, yes, some people no, and you know what, when it comes down to it, I think it just depends how bad they want it. They have to want this, to try. And, sure, I've heard it all, I've heard it all.
I'm sure we all have, right? But you just got to keep going. And I think the people that really succeed, and I mean, I've watched you, Jan, just being very consistent and persistent. And I will tell you guys, Jan does not miss a day posting. And so when I have people come to me and they're like, oh, it's been a month and they don't have a customer, I'll go to their Facebook page and they still haven't posted but one time. And it's like, okay. And, so I have to, and I have to say, well, hey, you got to post daily. And then they say they're too busy. So I don't really give them any excuses. Then I bring up the Buffer app, or Tiny Torch. So there's really no excuse to not, I mean, and we have to teach people to time block, time blocking, time management, get up 30 minutes before work, do it during lunch. I mean, I think of Brenda Martin. She's homeschooling 11 kids. And they run another business, and she's a diamond ambassador. And I'm like, I think every day, okay, I have 3 kids. If she can do all that, surely I can, do this too. She's a diamond, So It's amazing to see some of these people and how they manage their time. And I mean, look at Melissa. She worked full time as a teacher, and she went Emerald in 7 months. She stayed focused and consistent and persistent, and she spent her spare time reading about network marketing, really diving in and just making it a priority. And because she gave up, certain things to sacrifice for the freedom later for her family, it's worth it. I mean, look at her now. She's a diamond ambassador, the top of the company.
And I will. What was that?
I'm not sure.
Oh, now we're here.
Okay, Larissa's saying, on average, how many times do you follow up with someone before they buy? Good question, Larissa.
Now that is a good question. Hey, you know what? Sometimes they'll buy right off. Sometimes they might not buy until they watch you post more, or they see more of a personal connection that you might relate to them on your posting, or some post that you'll send them a private message with. you know, it might be 1 time to 6 times. You know, you never know in the business is going to. You know? And I think the most personal you can get on your, God, is that feedback coming through?
Yeah, let me see.
It wasn't doing it a while ago.
Yeah. Okay, try to talk again. Let's see.
Yeah, I'm still there.
Yeah. Okay, how about I mute everybody again and then you just try to talk. I just think there's some kind of background noise again.
Okay.
I'm going to go ahead and mute and you unmute yourself.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead, Jan. Just unmute yourself.
I did. I unmuted myself. What I was going to say, when I get the most comments and the most likes on all of my posts is when I do something personally. A picture of myself, a picture of my husband, a picture of something. That's when most people will relate and say something. The cartoony things, no. But something relatable, something personable. And I'm not going to post my picture every day with Plexus, but I do notice that will get more hits than anything. And I think everybody needs to really learn how to do that and make your post personal. And that's the best, I think.
Because your friends trust you. Your Facebook friends want to know what it's doing for you because they trust you. And people, I've heard from Melissa so many times, people buy more into you than they really do the product because they trust you. So that's really what's going to draw them in. And so she's really good at making those posts very personal. She had a video, with her and her husband talking about his story. So there's a lot of things Jan's doing to really draw her audience in and then widening her Facebook audience. That is so huge, guys. I've been doing that and starting to add like friends of friends. And that's how I've really gotten some new people in my network lately. Random people are messaging me.
I have everything public because if you don't have public, nobody's going to see it. Friends of their friends of their friends will not see it. Yeah. And maybe a lot of people you don't want to make public, but if you want to expand your business, you're going to have to.
Yeah, and I just do my Plexus post public and everything else I keep private. So you are still able to do that. Just know that each post you can change your audience. You can block people. You can do all kinds of things. So if y'all aren't sure how to do that, we can, show you later, I guess.
I want to reiterate the importance of posting every day because I talked to a girl last Friday that I used to see in business and I don't see her anymore. And I just kept inviting her and she never responded. And I never thought, well, she's just not interested, but I never gave up. I kept inviting her. And then finally I talked to her Friday. She goes, oh, by the way, I've read all of your posts and I have seen all your invitations. Now I'm ready. She never liked, she never responded. So I never knew she was even watching. So you have to be consistent. And I agree with what Jan said.
Because you know what? They might like you for 7 months watching you. And then all at once, and that's happened to me here just recently. I mean, people have watched and watched and watched and watched. And finally, hey, they called, they order. Had a lady out in Western Kansas yesterday. She messaged me, she ordered. And she's been talking back and forth since, oh my gosh, probably March.
Maybe. One of mine said, she said, I can't believe you're still hung in there that long.
Yeah.
I said, I'm not stopping. I'm serious about this.
She
was shocked. She was like, wow, you're still hanging in there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because people want to know, is it just a fad? I mean, there's so many things that we're bombarded with marketing, whether, whatever it is. And so people want to know, and then they trust you because they're like, okay, she's been doing this a while. She really knows what she's doing. She's committed to this. This has really worked for her. I want to buy from her because I trust her. I've been watching her. Right. So, right. And I will say, just to tell you guys, that's exactly why Dr. Francis said she joined my team, because I asked her, because she has a lot of friends doing Plexus and she's been hit up for, a long time of people, trying to get her to do it. And I asked her, why me? Why did you choose to reach out to me? I was curious because she's friends with Laura Wilkinson. And she said, because you're my first exposure to Plexus and I'm very loyal. And I've been watching your posts for, over a year and a half. So you just never know. So people really are watching. They truly are. And I felt really honored, that she chose me and that she trusted me, And that goes with anyone that tells me that. It's really exciting when they see you're serious. They do tend to trust you more and want to, join you. Because they feel like you really know what you're doing,
I was trying to look at some of these.
Okay, so, and then Kayla said, do most of your ambassadors start as customers? How many months until they decide to go ambassador? Okay, yeah, that's a good question, Kayla.
Well, what I have done, we have that flip letter that Melanie has in the files, and you take it and critique it to your own wording, or, put your own signature in there and everything. And I tell you what, back in May or June, I sent out quite a few of those, and I got good response. I think I maybe 2 or 3, and some of them said they might want to do that after the summer's over. So, I'm still working with them, and they still see me posting, and I'll get back with them.
Exactly. That's right. It's key is follow up. But, I will say, Kayla, just on the side note, what I tend to do is within 30 days, they're getting that letter from me. I'm trying to flip those people within 30 days, ideally. And this is why. And this is kind of what I say to them, because people appreciate that you're trying to save them some money, right? And so a lot of people, I'll say to them, hey, you want to try to save some money? This is what you can do. Because usually a lot of these people, like for example, a friend of mine was spending $400 a month with me ordering Triplex X Factor and Mega X for him and his wife. And I was like, okay, Jeff, you have got to flip. I mean, this is just crazy. I felt bad. I mean, he just was month after month buying from me. And so I just called him up and I was like, really, I know you don't want to sell it. But the thing is, it's so funny because once we talk on the phone and he realizes it's really not that hard, his wife's a veterinarian, and now he's like, oh, okay, well, I have a friend with this, I have a friend with that. And that's what I was trying to explain to him. You're really just sharing and helping people. So I think people get really intimidated because they feel like they have to sell. And I think it's just that stigma with like, oh, we're this insurance salesman, like chasing people down, or, car salesman trying to chase people down to buy a product. And that's just not what Plexus is. So I think you just have to really, take that stigma away, stay really positive with network marketing, let people know it's sharing what you love. That's really what it is. That's what this business is. I mean, it's no different than you sharing your favorite lipstick or restaurant or, place you traveled. I mean, that's really what we're doing. And, who doesn't want to be healthy? And I know and believe everyone needs Plexus. And who doesn't need this opportunity? Everybody. If they have enough money, great. Well, they can donate it, or they can share with others, or they can, there's a lot of things people can do with extra money. So.
And it definitely is the easiest direct sales to be able to make money if that's what you wish to do.
If that's their goal, yeah, absolutely. Because I think a lot of people are dying for this opportunity and they just don't even know it yet.
I mean, how many stay-at-home mommies do we know that are getting to stay at home now that used to work 1 or 2 jobs, and now they're getting to stay home with these children and raise them and work their Plexus business and help other people? I mean, we couldn't count them on both hands. I mean, all the ones that we know.
And I can't tell you like how fulfilling it is. It's the most fulfilling job in the world. Kayla, the letter is in my files. It's called Customer to Ambassador Flip Letter. If you cannot find it for whatever reason, I can email it to you. I have it on my phone. Does anybody else have any questions though? We're just kind of chatting. Larissa, do you have anything to add? Patsy, what about you? Dr. Graham, Debbie? I know all of you have been in the business a while. Mom? I'm sure y'all all have some great tips that you can share.
Well, I just think consistency and sincerity, and then people want to know that you're sincere. One of the things that I try to do is change it up, whether it's the vitamin, sometimes weight loss, sometimes skin, sometimes fibromyalgia, sometimes backache. I mean, just try to make it from big stuff to little stuff.
Right.
Everybody has Advil in their purse at one point in their life. So, I try to switch it up, and then because you never know whose buttons you're going to hit. Or it's like Jan said, if you go and you start stalking your friends' pages and you see that they're sick or they have this or they have that, then that's a way to reach out and say, I'd love to, help you. And it kind of gives you a way to just reach out like you're really sincerely trying to just help them.
Well, and I think another thing that you mentioned that I think it's really important, and Jane, you probably said this, but I think it's so important every day, guys, to make sure that you interact with your non-Plexus friends. say happy birthday,
Yes.
like their post. Don't be creeper and like scroll down like a month, and like a picture, but, check on them, really be personal. I mean, this is relationship marketing. So let people know, like Mom said, that you care about them. Maybe don't even mention Plexus. I mean, there's times that I have people, for example, I ran into a dietitian that I've been working on for a while, ran into her in the grocery store tonight. I wasn't about to mention Plexus, right? Hey, great to see you. Hope you're doing well. You could tell she was like in a hurry, didn't have time to talk, and was not ready to talk about Plexus, right? And neither was I. And so I was out of there. But that does not mean I'm not going to follow up with her, right? But not tonight. Okay. So she saw me, and she's thinking Plexus. She'll hear from me in a week, if I don't hear from her.
Sure.
So, but yeah, I mean, I just think hey, how I heard your, son was in the hospital. Just want to I'm praying for him. Just letting people know you care is huge.
And you talked about the happy birthday post. Some people I know, of course, I'm going to wish them happy birthday because it pops up automatically every day as an event on my Facebook on my phone. So I always wish them a happy birthday. Some of these people, I don't even know who they are, but I'll still wish them a happy birthday. Now, the ones that I do know, I might go and talk to them later on that day or something, see how their day's gone or whatever. But I'm telling you, a lot of them I don't know, but I always wish them a happy birthday. And then, like I was talking earlier, when you're trying to make things personal, if you're in these forums and you're going down through there and you're seeing some of these people have commented, always try to talk to them about something about them. Don't make it about you. Talk about their children. Talk about something that you saw that they posted. Maybe they posted that they went to Great Wolf Lodge 3 days ago. Ask them about their trip. Do something to open up that conversation, and I'm not trying to be nosy. I'm just trying to open up a conversation.
And that brings up another good point. One thing that Melissa taught me from the very beginning, and this is huge when you're following up, end your follow-up with a question so they feel like they have to answer. And it can be like, hey, Susie, I just wanted to, do something personal, and then just wanted to, check in with you, see if you're ready to order Plexus. I've been so blessed by these products. I can't wait to get you started. Do you have any questions for me? And you can even throw in something personal, what Plexus has done for you. So more personal, the better. But the main thing is end with a question, whatever it may be, so they feel like they need to respond.
And always, like when people like your post, always go back to them and send them a private message, get a hold of them and ask them, start a conversation with them. When they have commented on one of your posts in Plexus, start your conversation right then and there.
And I'm sure you mentioned this too, Jan. That's a really good point. And make sure you add everyone to the testimonial group. That is huge. Right. You've got to build their belief from the beginning. So the very first time they breathe Plexus, make sure, anything interested in Plexus, add them to the health and weight loss testimonials, Team Mike and Horst, and send them those. I've also sent testimonials to people. Right. And there's different ways you follow up. One thing, Celeste Gwen, who's our double diamond, she talks about, following up in different ways. Hey, for example, say they have migraines. Hey, Susie, I saw this migraine testimony. It was on my heart. You were on my heart to share this with you. Hope you're having a blessed day. Something like that. So there's just different ways you can try to follow up with them without, just doing your basic follow-up. So they know you're thinking of them.
Right, right.
And another thing that I know several people have said this, get involved in other organizations or get yourself out there. Just don't have Plexus friends or friends on Facebook, although most of my ambassadors and stuff have come from Facebook. But get yourself out there, let people know what work you're selling and sharing, and let people know in your church, because I had that retreat this weekend and I've met 2 ambassadors that I didn't know were ambassadors that were at the church retreat from my church. And, they were just rocking the pink drink over there. Come on over here. We took a picture. They aren't my ambassadors. But, it was just nice to know it's out there. People are doing it and they're successful. And they were sharing with some of the people that I had one ambassador that's white line, since she was my first ambassador along with Jan the same day. And she white lined she's been white lined for 7 months. And, I just took her aside and said, you really need this. And it was Plexus, Plexus, Plexus all weekend with her because she's gained a lot of weight. She's borderline diabetic and she's thyroid problems. So she promised me she would get back on it. Then one of my preferred customers, I thought she had quit ordering because she hadn't ordered for 3 months. And she's like, oh, no, this stuff is great. I'm going to, I've already got a lot stash stuff. But, my husband and I are still doing it. And she was, you couldn't have had a better person to be peddling it than her, because she was like telling everybody how great it was. And she was one of my preferred. And I think I'm going to switch her to an ambassador. So she can host them.
Good.
So, and she's like, oh yeah, my sister needs it. So get out there and let people know that you're using it, and be a product of the product. Because I looked around and people are going, well, you sure are skinny. You don't have that big roll in your stomach. And I said, it's from Plexus. It'll help you, get on it. And they were like, okay. So I think I'm going to get some new customers. And I had a lady come up after church today and stop me. And she goes, is Plexus expensive? And I said, hey, here's a sample. Here's my card. Call me after a while. I'm on the way out the door because I take care of cash. But, people are starting to know that I'm the Plexus lady now. And I think that's the whole key. You've got to get out there in organizations, let people know. When I introduced just the other night, we had like 30-some people at our church that were there. And someone said they sold Obamacare. So I stood up and I said, well, she sells Obamacare. I sell Plexus, and so does this girl, and so does this girl. So, I put it out there. Just let them know. So
that's such a blessing. That's awesome, Patsy. Congratulations. Isn't it fun when you network and you get to meet new people and
Yep. And did y'all see my post on my Facebook page today about my puppets?
Yep.
Now they did that themselves. I didn't even ask them to do that.
That's awesome.
But that was kind of cute. So yeah.
I didn't see your puppets. I'll have to look at that.
Yeah, it's really. My battery ran out, or I have too many pictures on my on my photos, so it stopped recording. There was more of it, but we did several of those little videos and stuff, and some of them had Plexus in them. Some were inappropriate as far as. Well, I had a big bra on one time, and the girl had a pair of panties in the dime store, so we decided we couldn't do that because she's a minister's wife. She goes, you can't put that on Facebook.